right, sorry for busting in on this banger of a track by Glizzy Borden. but we just have to give everybody a little update about Dead Notes because we've been gone for a while and it's still going to be a little while longer, but we ain't going anywhere.
We are definitely not going anywhere, and I feel like I need to really address the elephant in the room. In this short period of time, I think, Alan, you need to explain your waterbed obsession. I want to have a talk about this phone call I got from you about a month ago, and it was real serious. And I thought that like something really bad was happening from everything. I get a page from you with 911 at the end of it, right? And I don't recognize the number. Well, I guess I didn't know it was you at first. I call the number and it ends up being waterbeds and stuff on the east side. Why the fuck you're all the way over there, I don't fucking know. The manager takes the phone from you and politely asks me to come talk you out of getting out of the store. In my head, I thought you were in the 18 and up section. So as I'm arriving there, I'm like, am I going to walk into him like, is he like just fucking blowing shit all over the 18 and up section? Who fucking knows? I go in there and you're laying flat in one of the only water beds that are left in existence. And it's not even one that has like a fiber 8 in it. It's like the OG, like 80s, like it's just waves. And you're obsessed with waves. I don't understand it. So moving forward, we get further and further behind in trying to record because we can't record because you're trying to record while laying on this water bed, and we can't record without getting like water swooshing signs in the background. And it's nonstop, and you're just fading in and out because you're just like, I don't know if you're falling asleep. I don't know what's going on. So eventually, finally, I think it was about a month. I don't think you got out of bed for like a month, dude. And all of a sudden, now you're just like balls to the wall, ready to fucking rock and roll. So I have to say thank you so much for getting out of your addiction. I'm really glad I didn't have to walk in and pull you out of like the porn section at waterbeds and stuff. But I would have much rather have done that than have to try to talk you out of this really weird waterbed fascination that you have.
Oh my God. I don't go and jokes on you. I don't go into the 18 and over sections because I don't want to see the tapes with my mom in them. And I don't go into waterbeds and stuff because I don't want to smell like patchouli.
You just want to smell like waterbed.
Or some kind of dragon incense. Anyway, we'll get back to we'll let you listen to the end of this banger by Glizzy Borden.
But yeah, stick with us, everybody. Stick with us, everybody.
We'll see you soon.
We will be back.
Goodbye for now.
We'll be back in like, I don't know. We'll be back in 2025. We're going to be recording and stuff
early.
and we'll be back early. So we will be back. Don't lose hope. Or if you do, just keep an eye out. 2025, we'll be back. So thanks again, everybody. And talk to you soon.
Bye.
Hello, welcome to Dead Notes, a horror and cult film podcast. I am Kevin, and with me is a rapey cowboy forcing his country kisses upon me.
Hi there, I'm Alan. We're going to talk about Near Dark from the year 1987.
A ballad of a rapist, dope sick for blood.
Yeah, well, he certainly tried his best. I mean, you get a girl out to the middle of nowhere and demand a kiss because of the implication. Anyway, I'm
Why?
jumping
Because she
way
needed a
ahead.
ride. Because she needed a ride home. Is that implication?
Yeah. Put
Oh,
out or swim. It's like a boat in the middle of the desert.
oh my God.
But anyway,
Yes.
the movie opens with our protagonist uh Caleb sitting in the back of the truck. It kind of reminded me of like the nighttime version of how Tremors would have opened. but
Yeah.
but he smacks the mosquito, and I couldn't understand what the hell he was saying, so I turned the subtitles on, and the first lines in the movie is dumb suck. What the fuck
Dumb
is that?
suck.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
he smashes the mosquito and goes, "You dumb suck."
Yeah, because I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, but I got the implication about the mosquito, bloodsucker or whatever. It was like
It's well, it's
it
possible
was
that
clever, but dumb
it
suck
it's
isn't
po-
very clever.
it's also possible that the subtitles were wrong,
Yeah,
but
but dumb suck's pretty good though.
dumb suck. But
Dumb suck.
uh but he comes off as like, cuz he's our protagonist of the movie, and you're like, "Oh man, it's a handsome cowboy, rugged." Don't get used to that, cuz Caleb goes on to spend the rest of the movie being a giant fucking pussy.
No truer words have ever been spoken.
What a disappointing asshole he is. Oh man, I mean, I get it. You're given the gift of immortality from a group of, I don't know what they are. I think Jesse, our main vampire, the
Hmm.
patriarch of the
Yeah.
clan, is must just be some dumbass jerk off vampire because
They're the vampires that you want in a movie, though. They're just ruthless. Like they're out for them fucking selves, man. Like,
I I understand that, but the motherfucker had 150 years to buy a fucking watch. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you what, he's used to his ways, and clearly he's proud to be who he is, and he resents humans in every form. So, I guess I can't go into that one because they drive cars, right? Because they can't fly
Yep.
in anything. So he's got to
Nope.
depend on something. So maybe he just cuts shit off as he can. Like, I ain't drinking coffee because these motherfuckers drink it. Like, not because he
Well,
can't.
he's the oldest vampire of the group. He's 150-ish years old.
He's the
Even though
elder,
he
yes.
even though he calls Homer old man, Homer is around 30 years old because Diamondback, who we'll meet later, made Homer.
Mm-hmm.
But but I like to think that maybe Jesse, even though he's only 150 years old, I like to think that he only knows how to tell time by using a sundial, and since he's a vampire, he can't use the sundial anymore. He's like, "Well, I guess I'm just gonna live the rest of my life without knowing what fucking time of day it is."
And with global warming and shit, that's got to throw all his shit off like completely. he become
Yeah.
he becomes a protagonist for like trying to save the ozone layer.
Oh man, daylight savings time. He's probably like, "Son of a bitch,
Yeah, it's
we're
that
all
time of
gonna
year.
die."
Yeah.
Uh, but Caleb, once he drives to his bar, and outside of the bar he meets not Giovanni Ribisi. That is not him. Even though it fucking looks exactly like him, they must not have been able to afford him.
You fucking beat me to it.
I guess I should have looked. It
You
might
son of a
fucking
bitch.
be him. What if it is him?
You finally got me. Yeah, exactly. Like
I
Henry Sabrowski at the end of Children of the Night.
Well, no,
as a
I'm
mailman.
serious. I'm dead serious. I did not even look it up. What if it is him and I'm just making an ass out of myself? Something completely new.
Even though I think Henry Zabrowski was probably like 8 years old when Children of the Night came out, but still, it's him as a that's him as a mailman at the end.
Well, you know, he Giovanni Ribisi jumps on the bumper of his truck and it pisses him off, right?
Yeah.
And that comes in later because when he's at the when he goes to show May the horse, he like kicks the door shut. So I'm like, what the hell are you mad about this guy stepping on your bumper if you're just kicking the fucking door shut? Like he's like this is Sparta kick, boo.
He's asserting dominance.
But this is one of our first inconsistencies of the movie because May is eating ice cream.
And yes, she's over there. We don't really see her sucking down a fucking cone.
But it's got a point on it like she's had that whole thing in her mouth. Right? I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that cone. She's had her fucking. It might even
well,
have lipstick on
maybe
it.
she's one of the clan when she got turned. Didn't get fucking Jesse's lactose intolerance,
Lactose intolerance.
Lactose intolerance. She didn't get milk. She didn't get milk retarded. Like
she's
he
got
is.
The cone is the ice cream's completely intact, but she's still got lipstick down on the cone.
Or hear me out. It's soft serve.
Does she have a twine belt on too? Jesse is not supporting his clan.
Right. Yeah, he's not. He's not.
She got soft serve, not even any proper ice cream.
Well, that's what I'm saying though, because you can go through and get like what is it? A dog like a doggy cone or
a glizzy?
Not a glizzy. No, although you can get your dog a glizzy. I've given my dogs many a glizzies.
Yeah, she's got some Dairy Queen.
Yeah, dude, you can get a pup cup. That's what it is, a fucking pup cup. Yeah, so she's over there sucking down a pup cup, and maybe that
with her goddamn haircut. Jesse cut her hair too. He's like, I'm not spending.
Jesse cuts everybody's hair, and no matter what Homer tells you, no matter how he cuts Homer's hair, and he's 30 years old, he still looks like he's like 12. And that followed him later on in his career too.
I respect that though, because I was having trouble making sense of how immortality works with the Nightbreed. At least with Homer, he's 30 years old, but he still looks the age he was when he was turned into a vampire.
Right, and he's fucking pissed about it, and we'll get into that later. Like, right. Let him be fucking free.
Yeah, and the the corny shit with Caleb leaning on the ice machine, and he's like, "Can I have a bite?"
Yeah, right.
Like,
she looks over at him, and she looks over at him, and she's got fucking herpes sores.
Herpes sores and fucking lactose.
She's got a canker sore on the corner of her mouth. She's like, sure.
You want some herpes? It's a gift that keeps on giving. And she asks for a lift home, and she has there's a fucking May is gorgeous, but she doesn't look like a vampire.
No.
But
none of them really do, though. They all look like a bunch of riffraff, like a traveling circus.
Bill Paxton pulls it off pretty good, and I think Caleb would have too had he not been such a giant fucking pussy.
Yeah.
But the red flag, when he's driving off with May and they stop out in the middle of nowhere, and she's like, "Listen to the night." she's like, she's like, I'm gonna be here when these stars hit, whatever. Oh, I
But
was
how
like
many
that.
times? Okay, listen,
I
listen.
know.
How many times were you out with that certain like goth girl at some point in your life, and she was like, you guys were like walk around in the graveyard at midnight, and she's like, I wish we could be here till the stars died. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit. Like,
And depending on how into her you were, you'd be like, yes, I agree. 100%. I agree with everything that you just said.
you put your hand up in like a waving fashion and says, yes, I agree.
Yeah. Then yeah, May, whatever you
Excellent.
say.
Yeah. Yes, May, whatever you say.
Yeah, as you wish. Uh, but he takes her to see the horse, and obviously the horse is scared of her because she's a vampire. That's what's
Yeah.
implied anyway. But this is where
There's a
he
lot of weird underground horse shit in this horse shit. There's a lot of like random
horse
horse shit
stuff.
horse shit in this
Um,
movie where it's like the horse like they're the ones for some reason it's like pointing in a direction that there's something wrong with these people because it happens later on, right?
yeah, where
By meeting the fucking crew, can you not tell me that you can't find something wrong with these fucking people anyway? It'd be like somebody walking up on me and you, like, especially back in the day, probably not so much now, but you know what I'm saying? You don't need a horse
Mhm.
to like be weird,
It'd be
you
like
know?
they'd be like, I'd go, is someone jamming a carrot in that girl's butt to get her to talk? That's an old reference. Do you understand it? That might even be that's way before my time.
I think
Uh the alleged the stories that they said to get Mr. Ed to move his mouth, they would stick a carrot in his ass.
whoa, dude, that went way over my fucking head. I thought you were getting ready to reference like Mr. Hands or something.
I don't know if that's true, but that was the rumor when I was a kid. I'm sure
Holy
it's not.
shit. I gotta
I'm
look
sure
into
it.
that now.
I would bet that it's not true because anything back then that people said was always bullshit. But I always heard that the way
It's
they
worth
got
a
Mr.
looking up
Ed,
though. I mean,
yeah, but I don't want to Google it because I'm sure there's pictures online of people sticking carrots in horses' asses, and
well,
I
you
don't want
gotta
to
be
see that.
careful how you word it. Well, all you gotta do after you look it up is type in Mr. Hands because that's a hot topic anyway. So
Yeah, and Caleb plays tug a rope with her, right? And she's
he
fucking
lassos
owning his
her.
ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lassos her, which rape, you don't even fucking, you barely even know her name and you're throwing a lasso on her. Doesn't that throw up red flags for her?
Well, I mean, it would throw up red flags for me too, considering if I was this motherfucker and I can't handle lassoing her in. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
she's giving him a run for his money for a second, which the first
She's,
indication that he's a fucking pussy, but also the
well,
fact she's a vampire.
yeah, she's a vampire, but she's super skinny too. So
Yeah, it don't matter,
well, if she's not a vampire, he's much bigger. He should be able to just yank that rope.
right?
But
But she's a
she's
vampire, so
right.
yeah, I love that they show that resistance. You know, like it's
That
a minute
that's why
detail.
that's why I'm saying he should have
Yeah,
been like, wait a minute.
nah,
Uh
he ain't thinking with the right head.
oh yeah, he's having pre-nut confusion,
It's
definitely.
pre-nut confused.
I mean, I was just
It's
watching the
absolutely
movie.
it was absolutely pre-nut confusion.
But yeah, so we establish here that Caleb is a pussy. But May freaks out and demands be taken home, right? Because this is what I was saying. Why don't they have watches? I think there's 3, 4, 5 times in this movie where they're like panicking because the sun is coming up. like nighttime is only 10 minutes or something?
I think it's that like the clock's always ticking for them, and I think that's what they're trying to amp up in this, which I kind of
Mhm.
like. But on the same note, I also think that they get so um obsessed with feeding that they lose track of time, which would be a great idea for a watch, right? But
Yeah,
it
right.
just doesn't. It tends
Good
that
argument.
you think in 150 years Jesse would have been like, listen, we gotta like schedule some shit because I'm really sick and
Well,
tired of like almost burning to death every time I feed. It's been 150 years and this is getting old. You know what I'm saying?
literally every time we see the vampires in this movie, they are struggling with dawn. Every single time.
Yeah,
It's
they are
always
they are struggling with Dawn, but I think a lot of that once Caleb comes into the picture, I think that's the reason why. And not only is it because he's this like pissant that May fucking brought into the circle, and he's and he's clearly a pussy, but like
clearly.
you know they're waiting on him to fucking do something. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And he waits to the very end to do anything.
this is this is I reference Always Sunny from Philadelphia all the time. Always Sunny in Philadelphia, whatever. And this scene where he drives her out to the middle of nowhere
Yeah, he's
and
quote
then
unquote taking her home.
well, it's when in Sunny when Mac and Dennis are buying the boat and he says he's going to take the girls out to the middle of the ocean and they have to have sex with them because of the implication.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
That's base that's basically what Caleb's doing here. So maybe Dennis watched Night Near Dark and that's where he got the idea for that.
It could very well be.
He
But I
was
think
like they
that's any
have
rapist. I think that's any rapist's MO. You know what I'm saying? Get them to where they can't fucking go anywhere, depending on the degree of rapist you are. You know,
yeah.
it's easy
And
pickings for Caleb. They're out in the middle of fucking nowhere, right?
yeah.
She's got nowhere to go. She wants to go home, and he's like, "You gotta kiss me first." And she's like, obviously upset by it. She just wants to go home. You know what I'm saying?
I she's like, "I won't kiss to nobody that won't listen to the night."
So motherfucker turns his fucking truck off, and he throws his keys out the window, right? Am I wrong? What's he do? He does something fucking, I can't remember. He
I
does
don't
something fucking
remember.
weird.
He's like
But
holding them
anyway,
and
he fucking shuts the shit off and makes it to where they're stuck out there in the middle of nowhere, just like a fucking boat in the middle of the fucking ocean.
she
And he's
gives
like,
him like
you got fucking kiss me. So fucking rapist, right? Like how many bodies are buried out in those
oh
like
yeah.
fields? You know what I'm saying?
Well, he gives her like or she gives him like hyper gonorrhea. So I'd say
I
cuz
say
as
he
soon
gets what he
as
gets personally, because I mean, you
he
asked
gets
for
what he
it.
deserved.
Yeah. Yeah. You fucking deserved it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she ends up kissing him and everything else. And then, yeah, I didn't see any teeth. Um,
He's he is a bit of an inspiration in that he is driving the shittiest looking truck and he got himself a fine ass girl. So kids, you don't need the nice cars.
it
You
ain't hard
just
if you trap him though, right?
yeah, you just have to say, can I have a bite?" There's your pickup line. "Can I
You
have a
just throw him
bite?"
in and take him in the middle of nowhere, right? That's that's
Uh,
pretty much like how he reels it in.
Oh, what he does, what you said, he doesn't throw the keys. He like puts them down his shirt like some fucking
Oh, like he's wearing like a bra or something, and he's like, "Come get
yeah,
him."
like
Maybe he was wearing a bra.
yeah, and like BTK going back to him.
Yeah, yeah.
Caleb drives out.
Maybe
Caleb
he's
drives
like,
out to the desert and takes pictures of himself in lingerie and like bind it up.
Yeah, maybe
like
he's like a cop.
BTK did.
Maybe he's a copycat. We don't know.
Oh,
All we
well,
get to see is like what happens to him.
this would have been before BTK.
Well, okay, yeah, you're all right.
So
Before he got
Caleb's
you can't say before it was found out because BTK I believe was active during this entire movie.
I don't think in the 80s was he?
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
went silent for a long time, and then he came back out because he came out and did a bunch of shit. Then he went silent for a while, for a long time, and then came back out and started doing shit again. And then that's when he got
If
busted.
if the kids out there don't know, look into it because he is the dumbest piece of shit that ever
Yeah,
lived.
he's fucking.
The way he got caught is the dumbest shit you'll ever hear because he
Well,
actually
his whole fucking demeanor is such a fucking poser, fucking piece of shit.
and
Not condoning any serial killers, but he's a special piece
we're
of shit.
we're talking about BTK here, not Caleb. Yeah, not Caleb. Caleb's not that smart, even though BTK was an idiot. But we're just going on a little rant here. I'm just going on a tiny little rant here because BTK was the dumbest fuck because he got himself caught because he asked the police, he said, if I send you guys a floppy drive, can you track down where it comes from, And they were like, no, we'll have no idea where you got where that came from. And he sent it to him. Fucking
Well,
idiot.
yeah, it's because he was playing a fucking. It was the earliest version of a Facebook profile. Like I'm building this character of myself that I'm clearly not. You know what I'm saying? And he was
Anyway,
just
anyway, fuck BTK.
yeah.
He's a dickhead. Fucking asshole. Serial killer. He would leave cereal boxes. He'd leave cereal boxes in the kitchen.
No,
A
it
bowl of
only happened
cereal.
once. It only happened once, and he was like,
Still,
oh.
that's Taka. He'd have posted that on TikTok for sure.
You know what that would be called today?
Cringy.
Cringe.
Cringe. The kids would call it cringe.
There'd be like TikToks of it, and it'd be like wah 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 cringe, and it'd be like
they'd be
BTK
like
in
that's
court.
cringe. They'd be like that's cringe, and then their next post would be what they're eating for lunch that day.
Yeah, yeah.
You fucking dickheads. Anyway,
right.
We'll get back to Caleb because that's just a side note, you know. But she gives him like super herpes or whatever. he's walking away.
She gives him her dope sickness because really she's just like fucked up.
Sometimes you gotta weigh the good against the bad, and Caleb just.
Back in my old days, if I had some country boy that tried to rape me, I would totally give him my dope sickness. If it meant for me to survive, absolutely.
Well, he never officially attempted to rape her. He was doing some weird. He was doing some weird shit for sure. But he may just be a weird guy. I wouldn't necessarily call him a rape.
Well, it probably would have. She ends up biting him, which completely destroys the mood, right? For him.
Yeah. He's like, fucking dick went soft as hell, right?
Clearly the blood's not going there, right?
Yep. And his truck won't start, so he fucking walks off and he's smoking because the sun's rising. That's the quickest vampire, that shit. That's super virus.
Well, I mean, he's just doing what he normally probably did. Because, I mean, he probably only lives, what do they say, as far as the crows fly or whatever?
But he doesn't make it home because they intercept him in the RV.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse was like, Caleb, don't you go falling in love with that thing because I'm going to take it with me when I leave here next month. That there's an RV. You know what the funny thing is? is they're riding around in an RV, and you know what that's from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation,
Yeah.
right?
All I can
Well,
picture now, all I can picture right now is Cousin Eddie as a vampire in Jesse's role.
get
So it's Cousin Jesse instead of Cousin Eddie.
cousin Jesse. It would be cousin Severin, I think, because he's the most like cousin Eddie.
Nah, that'd be so
I
funny
don't
though.
know if I'd to go sailing down no hill with nothing between the ground and my brain but a piece of government plastic. You know what's funny?
And then Homer goes up and he's like,
Oh,
I learned how to kiss from my dad.
yeah. My dad used to take me behind a shed and make out with me. That's how I learned this. You know, what I was gonna say is what's funny is they're driving in an RV right now, and later on they're in a fucking station wagon. And you know who is in a station wagon?
What?
In National Lampoon's Vacation. They're they're
Well,
driving the
yeah,
fucking,
yeah.
or actually he's driving it in fucking Christmas Vacation also.
It's always a station wagon of different
So they
years.
got the RV and the station wagon in this movie.
That's fucking funny.
Cousin Eddie's kin are vampires.
Yeah. don't get too close, Clark. He's got an unknown fungus on his lips, so the doctors haven't been able to diagnose yet.
Hey, you got a little bit of Mississippi
that's what they're saying about May.
Yeah. She's got a lip fungus thing identified yet. Fucking
holy shit. All right, yeah.
But when they pick them up, we get introduced to the rest of the clan: Severin, Homer, Diamondback, Jesse, and May.
Homer.
Homer.
Did you say Homer? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said Homer.
And May.
And May. And they're giving May shit, and I would too, because I'd be like, "You turned this pussy into a vampire?"
Yeah. I mean, fucking Bill Paxton had it right. He was like, I'm just going to fucking eliminate this threat right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Severin is the best character for many reasons, but if they would have just let him kill him right there, they might have lived. Spoiler.
Howdy. I'm going to separate your head from your shoulders. Hope you don't mind none.
Yeah, they would have. Let's go into the family here, though, because, all right.
Oh, they're all, fucking.
But no. Beyond that. Okay, so we got Jeanette Goldstein and we got Bill Paxton. Now, Aliens, Predator 2, Near Dark, right? No particular order. And probably other movies that they both have been in together and playing counter characters, between each other. I think it's fucking awesome because they have always worked well together. Now, in this movie, they're definitely they're on the same team, but in Aliens and Predator 2, they're like, they fuck with each other, right? So I think that's fucking awesome. And then Lance Henriksen, as you brought up, Aliens, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we got this whole fucking crew of people, you know what I'm saying, that have been in like a lot of really awesome movies. And I think this one is definitely a lot more underground than the other two, for obvious reasons. But I think it's pretty awesome though. I don't know. I love that this is a thing,
Well, I love Aliens, but the movie that I always knew Lance from really was Pumpkinhead.
Well, yeah. Which he would go on to do after this movie. He was doing them probably side by side because they came out like Pumpkin came out a year after this movie came out.
And Bill Paxton, man, everything he's in makes $1 billion, or everything he was in, because sadly he's not with us
R.I.P. Bill
anymore.
Paxton. You're fucking
R.I.P. Bill
awesome.
Paxton. You was in Weird Science with
Yeah.
he was Chet.
Yeah, he's fucking Chet. How
You're
would you
stewed, but
like?
what?
How would you like a greasy pork loin sandwich served in a dirty ashtray?
Oh man. I would fucking love to see a buddy cop movie with Bill Paxton and
Oh, holy shit, yeah.
And goddamn it, Nicolas Cage.
But as Chet though.
Chet. Yeah, as Chet.
You remember when she transforms him back out of the fucking weird toad shit that he was, and like as he was like going back to form, he was grabbing his balls.
Wasn't he supposed to be a pile of shit?
Yeah, I believe he's. Yeah.
I fucking love Bill Paxton. Everything he was in was great.
It's been, dude, he fucking made that movie gold. Like any of those movies, he's just awesome.
Yeah, he's good.
One way elevator to hell, going down.
And Aliens, man, come on. Bill Paxton's awesome.
It's fucking badass,
I don't know.
Dude.
I don't know where Adrian Pazdar, Caleb. I don't know.
I'll pour my beer out to you, Mr. Paxton.
Yes, Mr. Paxton, you're the man.
All right.
Everyone in this movie.
Yes.
Except, I'm sorry, Joshua Miller, but Homer fucking sucks. I cannot even look at him.
And I'm Homer. That's Homer. Mispronounce it, and I wouldn't want to be you.
You know, I love that, like, that his character in this movie it's the same as, what is it, Where the River Ends. It's like the same
River's
character.
Edge.
Or River's Edge. Oh, I'm thinking Where the Sidewalk Ends. Sidewalk ends.
River's Edge has
River's Edge. Yes.
Oh,
and he plays,
you know what?
He plays the same fucking character.
Yeah, that's Keanu Reeves' movie, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember one of his insults in that movie is he calls his stepdad a food eater. Fuck you, you food eater.
I love in that movie that they kept talking about, let's get a sixer and go hang out. Like it's
well, it's like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Because because Homer is with Keanu Reeves in River's Edge. Well, Keanu Reeves was in Point Break. Yep. And you know who else was in Point Break?
I mean, before the obvious.
In the bar scene, the blonde cowboy that jumps out the window, he was Roach in Point Break.
Oh, really?
It's a small world if you're a fucking loser with a lot of time on his hands.
Yeah. Oh my fucking god, dude. All right.
And what's up with Caleb's dad's name? Loy. Because
yeah.
Loy, Loy. I've never fucking heard that name in my life. I guess it's because, with such great movies like Dawn of the Dead, it might take you 50 times watching it to realize who is Roger, Peter, or Steven because they're such normal names. But you'll never forget Loy. You'll go, well, the vampires, none of those are Loy. It's an easy name to remember, so whatever. I don't know if they made that up or what.
I think they did it to like follow the theme of country boys back in the day. Because I mean, I know people that are named just H or they have a
H.
middle name of just H.
Oh, that's like in
You could have
that
been one of
book.
them.
I could have been.
You
There,
grew up in too.
I grew up what?
You grew up like that too, out in the middle of nowhere. So I mean,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not inbred though. At least I don't think I am. I might be inbred.
at some point we all are. I think
My
if you
my
really
uncle.
trace it back.
Oh yeah, my uncle and my daddy. My uncle might have found my mama stuck in a dryer somewhere. But they decide to give Severin or Caleb a week, right? And Severin is roasting Homer a little bit. But
Yeah, he roasted him, and he's threatening the fuck out of Caleb because he's like, I don't want you fucking here, man.
do they cut away? I'm gonna have to watch this again. Do they cut away when Homer grabs Caleb's dick? Or is that a wide shot where you can actually see him do it?
I can't, Matt. I can't
Well,
comment on that because I don't know.
The reason I mention it is because Homer during this movie was 13 years old.
Right. They probably in a stunt crotch or something, or a legal crotch in there. Maybe the director jumped in there and was like, "Here, grab my shit."
Yeah, he's like, "Grab mine. I'm a Hollywood director. I like
we're making a movie. Just
boys.
grab my dick.
Grab my wing.
grab my glizzy.
Grabbing the glizzy."
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember that, but it'll be just like when Roger's wiping a booger on Flyboy. It's probably one of them things.
Oh, so it's not real. But they get rid of the fucking RV, and this is when they get the black van, right?
Yeah.
And and Caleb tries to leave, and May's like, "You ain't gonna get far."
Yeah.
she doesn't even try to chase him. She's like, "He's got the itch. He'll be back."
Oh, he'll be back. Yeah. And she's like, he's hooked, man. And he's one of them like one hit wonders. Like the first hit, he's just like, holy shit. So he goes into this bus station. He's $3 short.
Yeah.
The dude's not giving him time of day, but he's alerting an officer at the same time.
That cop is the same cop from Ace Ventura.
Absolutely. He's been in a lot, and he plays like the same fucking character.
Yeah.
He plays the same character in every movie, and he looks the exact same in every movie he's been in.
Here's a funny thing. Watch these scenes, because he says he needs $3, and the cop says he asks him if he can help him out, and it kind of cuts away after that. But the next time you see him, he's got his $3, and it looks like he's got cum all over his face.
Yeah.
Maybe not intended, but
maybe.
the lines I drew.
Maybe it's like a fix, you know what I'm saying? But he got his $3.
You remember that old movie, Better Off Dead?
Absolutely.
With the kid, the mailman that wants his $3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but that's what this made me think about. But this is what I was talking about with her eating ice cream earlier in the movie, because he tries to eat a candy bar and throws up. I guess it could have been a Snickers bar I didn't see, and if he might be homophobic and notice that cock vein in the top of it after he bit into it.
He should have just been sucking on Jolly Ranchers.
What the fuck would that do? The man's hungry. I've never been hungry and been like, oh, Yo, Kevin, I need a Jolly Rancher. I'm starving. What the fuck? I don't. A Jolly Rancher. The guy's starving to death. I'd love to see. Kevin's a humanitarian. He went to Africa and handed out Jolly Ranchers.
Sour apple.
He's like, I'm going to give him sour apple because I love when they make that puss face. Oh, man. Yeah, and yeah, fucking Caleb. And what are you you can't stop laughing about your humanitarian mission to go to Africa and hand out Jolly Rancher. Jolly Rancher. Fucking. Oh,
Those things
man.
are expensive, man.
Yeah, I get it, but that's not. If you're starving, a Jolly Rancher ain't gonna do shit.
It ain't like it's
It's sugar. It is just sugar.
It's not it's not like I'm handing out fruit stripe gum, okay? That shit goes away in like 5 minutes. I mean, come on.
I guess if you find some cockroaches or something, you can melt the Jolly Rancher over them to make them a little sweet. How'd you get to be so sweet?
Oh my god. Man. You're fucking killing me tonight.
But Caleb finally returns to May and she's waiting there like, I told you you'd be back, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
And he starts kissing her.
I light all my bitches cigarettes.
He starts kissing her and he just had puke all over his face. I mean, like, you need to brush your teeth, man. Fucking use some mouthwash or something. He just left the train station with puke.
Oh, yeah. It was like dope sick puke, too. So, you know, it was all fucking bile.
Yeah.
Bile with a hint of Snickers.
Yeah, Snickers, fucking cock
he
vein.
He probably has some nuts like up in his mouth too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah, slamming like.
And nut from the officer, so I'm sure it was. She got all kinds of notes from that kiss.
He's like, I don't care if it's a dolphin or a. You can fillet it, fast food it for all I care. Oh man, Loy is
vampires have no sense of smell.
Yeah, it's like they got COVID.
Yeah, they all had COVID.
They're like, I can't smell or taste, so it's the perfect night to get my brown wings.
At least they didn't get pink eye and six pink eyes.
Can vampires get pink eye? I know Nightbreed can. But that would fucking suck, man, because I don't know if antibiotics would work on you because you're
we saw what an outbreak of fucking pink eye did to Midian, so I can only imagine what it'd do to like vampires.
Oh, imagine a vampire berserker though.
Oh.
Holy. That'd be off the fucking chain right there. Vampire berserkers.
Oh my god.
Look at how OP the Nightbreed berserkers were. Do you want to suck my blood, berserker?
They just have nicer hair.
Oh yeah, they got pompadours. They look exactly the.
They all do like gothabilly bands. Like they're like
fucking. They're just berserkers with fucking pompadours and little fake teeth in. Well, they had real teeth, so yeah.
But no, they wore the fangs over top for the gimmick.
Yeah, because they got jacked up looking teeth.
Yeah,
like I can't bite into an apple, but I can poke holes in that motherfucker.
Where's my stand-up bass?
I need my upright bass or I can't be a berserker.
Oh my god, it's so stupid. I fucking
Our
love it.
boy Loy
Loy.
is like, fuck the police. I'm gonna go give out.
Yeah.
He does the T-1000 Terminator thing and is walking around
Yeah.
with a picture of him. Like, have you seen this boy?
We did, I will say, we did forget like an important small little thing that was in this movie in the beginning was that Loy was working on blood transfusions for horses that have certain ailments or whatever to give them a blood transfusion to make them better and revive them.
Well,
I know we're pretty late into it, I think.
Well, you just blew my mind because I never even fucking noticed that.
Yeah, there's a whole thing. It was like a whole thing in the beginning when it showed Caleb hanging out with his family, and they obviously have horses, and is that he like goes in and he's like, "Oh, what's up, pops? You got the blah blah blah," about this like fucking blood transfusion thing. And they're getting ready to take it to like the fair or whatever, because
blood transfusion.
Yeah. Dun, 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 bazooka.
Blood transfusion.
Would you like to suck my transfusion, bazooka?
Would you like to suck my blood, bazooka?
Making love is like sucking blood, bazooka.
May, would you like to suck my cock, bazooka? That sounds like a good pickup line. He stood behind her and said, "Can I have a bite?" I just stood behind her and went, "May, would you like to suck my cock, berserker?"
with your fucking ballsack face and pompadour.
I might have had, my face that looks like a meatball with a pompadour.
It looks like the last shot you see is somebody if your face was in the downside of the toilet.
I'd have been like, as soon as she heard this silken voice, I'd have had to get a mop because the fucking ground would be. If she was sitting in a chair when I talked to her, she'd slip right out of it. Whoop.
You probably would have had a better shot than Caleb. Just saying.
Well, Caleb nailed it. I'm not. No way. Caleb
didn't nail it. He forced it.
Yeah. Well, no, he nailed it at first. He forced it later. Caleb's a good-looking guy. He's just a pussy.
And a rapist.
Right, and a potential rapist. Probably a rapist.
We don't know how many bodies are out there.
He wasn't a murderer, though, because...
We don't know.
No, I know. You know how I know? Because if you're a murderer and they turn you into a vampire... Did you hang out with him
after he got transfused?
Yep. He was like, I'm totally transfused now, bro.
You've hit the next level of nerd then.
I was like, no, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Stop transfusing yourself. Loy was pinching his nipples going, why are you transfusing yourself? Why are you transfusing yourself? Stop transfusing yourself.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yet again, the giant pussy Caleb wants to leave and May tries to stop him. And this is where we kind of get into the montage of everybody, how they go about their night feeding. So Homer is playing dead to lure in his prey. Like I don't know if he got hit on his bicycle or if he was just laying beside a bicycle and the guy comes to help him. What a fucking coward way to lure it. You know what I mean?
But it's easy for him, though. I mean, you got to give him that. You know, you can constantly feed.
Yeah.
But how many bikes does he go through? And does he get to keep any of the bikes?
And I didn't see one in the fucking van, so where's he getting this shit? Right?
That's one of their at 10 o'clock at night. That's like the first thing is like we gotta find a bike before we find a new mode of transportation.
If we don't get a bike, Homer don't eat. And our boy Severin is hitchhiking and he's holding a gun in plain sight while doing it. And
you wouldn't pick him up? You wouldn't pick him up? I mean, he seems like a fun guy.
Seems like, yeah, he seems like a party.
Yeah, it's definitely a party happening.
and if you there's
I think that he's trying to see how stupid people are because he don't give a fuck. His character in this movie, he literally don't give a fuck. Like he's gonna fucking do his shit. You know, he's gonna drink and it don't fucking matter. He's the chaos of the crew.
He's definitely the wild card.
Yeah. And he plays it very well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, he's fucking awesome. Bill Paxton, man.
No, I mean, yeah.
And Jesse and Diamondback, I hate that name, Diamondback, but whatever, are driving around and they pick up a hitchhiker who tries to ambush them, right?
Yes.
And what a fucking shitty night for the hitchhikers.
Don't fucking ambush motherfuckers, dude. For real. Don't try to fucking rape motherfuckers, right? I mean, it's karma.
You know what this made me think of, and this is probably fucking stupid. And I'm pretty sure it was Homer from The Simpsons that did this. But you know when they're about to kill the hitchhikers, Jesse turns up the stereo.
Yeah.
It made me think, was it The Simpsons where Homer would turn up the stereo if he farted in the car?
Yeah. And he also when his check engine light came on, he had like electrical tape, so he would just put it.
But when he turned up
I do that now, dude. That's fixed everything for me.
You just put horse blinders on. Like, I don't see a thing.
I don't know. It's been hot this summer too.
Yeah, but he turned up the fucking stereo, and I was like, "That's what Homer does when he farts." Jesse stole that idea.
Jesse's got that Confederate gas, so you know it's fucking bad.
Yeah, he's like, I fought for the South. We lost.
Oh, we'll get into that. Like, oh my god. So
and part of this montage is Caleb and May, getting a ride with a truck driver. And this is funny because this is one of the only setups that have a payoff towards the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the truck driver, Caleb, for all his flaws, he is a hell of a listener.
Yeah.
Because this is the part where the truck driver teaches Caleb how to jackknife a truck.
Right.
Which will come into play later.
Right. And we need to know this for what plays out later, because never do you want to know how to jackknife a trailer. You want to know how to prevent a jackknife of a trailer.
Well, he tells him how not to jackknife a trailer, but that in turn tells him how to jackknife a trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
Which apparently in the world that we live in Near Dark, a jackknifing a trailer will make it explode.
But I mean, it depends on what cargo you're carrying.
I guess I'm getting way ahead here, but I just thought it was funny because like May is trying to get Caleb to kill the truck driver and drink his blood.
Yeah.
And when he pussies out, the look on her face. Oh my god,
She
man.
was like, what the fuck? It was disgust. It was like, who the
she
fuck?
looks at him.
Who
Yeah,
the
if your
fuck did I
girl,
start dating?
right. If your girl ever looks at you the way May is looking at Caleb right here, it's over, buddy.
Yeah, it's done, dude. You had
She's
enough time to
looking
prove
at him.
yourself.
She's looking at him like she just found out he has a micro penis or something. She's just
It's
so goddamn over it.
He asked her to come into the bathroom with him, and there was a
Yeah.
urinal.
Yeah, and
She's out.
What's the matter, boy? You can't drink and drive? You want to be the captain of a boat this big, boy? You got to be able to stand the water, huh?
Yeah, so May, being the G, handles it. And Caleb drinks from her again, and that scene annoys the shit out of me because he drinks from her and then he's smiling at her like a lunatic.
He's smiling at her like he's such a fucking taker, man. This whole fucking movie, that's all he is. It's about a fucking yeah, exactly. He's fucking worthless. Like Severin should have totally fucking taken his head off his fucking shoulders.
Yeah.
In the beginning,
Yeah.
but then we wouldn't have a movie. So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? They're still giving him a shot, which take the higher road as you will. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give a bunch of chances.
But when he's smiling at her after he just almost killed her, I'm like, you fucking douchebag. Like,
Right.
you're
Like,
afraid
I got you. Like, now you're going to pay my cell phone bill.
Yeah. Now you paying my cell phone bill, bitch. But Jesse finds out about Caleb and gives him one more night, as you do, as they continue to do.
Mm-hmm.
But that kind of segues into the bar scene. The scene that made this movie what it is, that everybody remembers, and why some people such like me, who I had this movie. This is still a good movie. I like it, but it's I had it as one of my favorite vampire movies, and I think it's because this scene is so strong that it kind of sticks in your memory if you haven't seen it for a long time, and you kind of think that this is what the whole movie is like. But Severin here, like I said, Bill Paxton makes this movie.
Yeah. He carries all of this shit. Like, he fucking fires this shit out, man.
Yeah. And did you notice that the first guy that they start fucking with, I'm pretty sure is the guy from Terminator 2 that
gets his clothes taken from him?
Yeah. I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. Yeah, that's the same fucking guy. Like, he's like, I work in Hollywood. I basically hang out in bars and movies. And
dude,
get punked.
What a fucking life. You just got a paycheck. Fucking roll it.
I would do it. I'm not hating on him.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah. I didn't get the joke. What does he say to the guy when he like dips his chin in the foam from the beer?
I can't recite it, but it's fucking awesome. And then
I didn't understand it.
And then I didn't understand it either. And rewatching it again, it'll be one of those things that I'll probably still not understand it. But the funniest shit, was when he's like, on me. And he like has a bartender pour him both fucking drinks. And he fucking spits it all the dude's fucking face.
Well, when he tells him to get him another drink and then he punks him out, he goes full Deloise. He's like, this asshole here's gonna pay for it. He completely fucking punks him out.
Oh, dude. And then spits it in his face.
Man, I don't know.
And drinks
I'd
his
like to.
shot. Like, and fucking, dude, it's awesome.
Yeah, he fucking punks him 100%.
Yeah, it's
And
fucking, it's the punk of it. Yeah.
Bartender, give me a couple of shots, whatever donkey piss you're shoving down these cocksuckers' throats.
Hey.
Here's the thing, though. Like, we could all say, like, Severin is being an asshole and whatever. But you don't know how you would act until you're in that position where you have that kind of power and that kind of,
He don't give a
just don't
fuck,
give
dude. Like, he's going
Right.
up there, like, end of the day, like, he wants to feed. He don't care. Like, humans are nothing. So this is all fucking game. And I fucking promise you, if this shit was me, I would do the same fucking thing. So, whatever.
Well,
Like, I'll just fucking go in pure chaos and be like, what's up?
well,
Like,
I think Severin needs to go off and start his own clan. Could you imagine that?
they wouldn't want that though, because they're all about the same, You got
But if you had a movie where Severin, look, okay,
I would love
here's
to see a Severin, like how he met up with the clan. Absolutely.
Here's a comparison.
Or Severin prior to being turned would be kind of cool because he's obviously a sick fucker before he got turned, right?
Right.
So it just carried on through once he was turned, made him even sicker because he don't give a fuck.
Here's a comparison that you might like because I think that Jesse, right, is like in Day of the Dead. I would say if Jesse died and Severin took over, it would be like Rhodes when Rhodes took over.
Absolutely.
It's like the same, right? They'd be like, "Oh my fucking god, what do we have here? This guy's a lunatic."
Fuck him all. Like he's out for himself. He's out for himself, and he choke on it. You want me to salute this bag of pus?
Yeah, it would be pretty much like Rhodes. It'd be the same thing if Jesse dies and Severin takes over, which he would because isn't Severin the second oldest?
I believe, but he was such a sick fuck prior. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, because Jesse made Severin and Diamondback, and Diamondback made Homer. I don't know who made May. Because none of them seem to be attached to her at all. She seems like the real wild card of the group.
Yeah, like that's one thing that's never really, you don't really know like where she came from.
Because Jesse seems to have a relationship with Severin. They seem to like each other.
Yeah.
But nobody has anything to do with May, so I don't know. Maybe she's just
I think actually if you think about it, I think Homer turned her because I do think that within the movie it is talked about, but it's very short. But she mentioned something about her finding Homer falling down on his bike or something. You know what I'm saying? Like he was looking for a chance to feed.
Oh yeah, probably.
And she was the one that like came to like help him, and he fed on her, but he couldn't go through the motions. And and she turned, and she basically was like his caretaker in a lot of ways. His Renfield. Aside from the fact that she was already turned or whatever.
So going back to the bar scene, the most iconic scene of this movie is probably Severin cutting the bartender's throat with a spur.
No, that scene and like the glorious other scenes in that shoot.
Well, at the end, there's the good Terminator 2 scene. But yeah,
Caleb gets blasted in his gut from the bartender. Right?
Oh yeah, and doesn't Severin say something like, "It's a trip, ain't it?"
Yeah, he's like, "It's a trip, ain't it?" And then there's the fucking guy that he punked out, and he like stepped up on him and he fucking punched him in the stomach and knocked him through the wall and was like, "Did I do that?" And then
Yeah, he
Sever
went
was like,
full Steve Urkel.
"Yeah, did I do that?" You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Caleb turns into Steve Urkel.
Yeah.
He goes, "Did I do that?" But it's funny because Severin is holding Caleb and he goes, "I'm teaching this boy a lesson." You know, and the
Yeah, he's trying
guy
to man
from
him up.
and the Terminator 2 guy is like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And Starkey,
He's like, I'll fuck his world up.
after Severin's been punking him this whole time,
Yep.
he agrees to go along with it, and then he gets fucked up because he is knocked out for the most of the fight.
Yeah. Yeah. And
You
then,
know, and
we get the waitress after all of that still coming up to the fucking table where we got Homer fucking tearing paper like he's on fucking, I don't know what the fuck. Like he's just tearing paper.
Crystal, he's on that Crystal.
He's on that crystal.
He be on that Crystal.
And then the waitress comes up to Jesse and is like, what can I get you? And he tells her, he's like, I just need a glass. And then he starts whispering sweet nothings into her ear.
Jesse should have said, "I need a glass and a round of glizzies."
And a round of glizzies for the table.
I need a round of glizzies.
Homer's over there sign languaging glizzies in his mouth.
Homer's like, "I ain't gonna lie, I don't really like them glizzies." That's why
he's telling her no.
Yeah,
not
he's
again.
He's like hiding behind Jesse. He's like, no, glizzy.
He's putting his hands up like, no. He's hiding behind Diamondback.
I don't want them.
No more glizzies.
Oh man, and
oh my god.
Severin roasts the fucking guy right before he drinks his blood. He's like, I hate when they ain't been shaved.
I know.
Severin, we'll talk. I hate that too, Severin. I hate when they ain't been
real
shaved.
Talk. Yeah.
Real talk. Real talk. And I'm not talking about sucking blood, and I ain't talking about guys either.
He's talking about sucking dick.
Yeah, I'm talking about,
God damn it, Dave.
God damn you. Don't make me fall in love with you. Oh man. And May being a lady, lady of the night, literally a lady of the night, tries to make Caleb jealous.
Yeah, she's trying to set up his next kill to try to help him out.
Right. And this is Roach from Point Break.
Yeah.
That motherfucker. And Caleb pussies out again, but if I just saw everything that happened in that bar, I'm 100% on board with the way this guy escapes. He escaped. You know how he escaped? He escaped exactly how DeLuise jumped in the fucking house.
He sure fucking did.
We got another callback here because DeLuise jumped in the house the same way this guy jumps out of the bar.
As soon as a son of a bitch took a shotgun blast to his gut and then fucking gut punched the motherfucker through a wall, I would have already done jumped through that fucking glass window. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been
gone a long time ago.
I would have been a county away. I don't even care.
Yep.
I would have been gone.
I'd have been, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be waiting around.
On foot. I got to finish this pool game. I got to finish this fucking game.
I put my quarters
it's that
up,
important.
Man.
Well, your homie just got fucking gut blasted, so I don't think you're finishing this game.
Your homie He just choked on. He just choked on a pile of glizzies.
Yeah. He took a glizzy to the gut, homie. He's out.
Oh man, Caleb is such a bitch, man. The worst part is if you look at him, if they made him up a little bit, he'd be a good looking vampire.
Yeah.
He would fit the role, but he's a fucking pussy. You know, because you got Jesse, who's 150 years old and still has some crazy ass rat tail.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, what the fuck is that about?
It'll make a comeback, man. Mullets did. Rocket till it's popular, right?
Yeah, he wants to bring it back around.
Mm-hmm.
What you people want? Just a couple more minutes of your time, about the same duration as the rest of your life.
These motherfuckers burned the bar down. And you know what's funny? I thought it was funny that before they burned the bar down, they're just standing in there breaking bottles and shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, at that point, what would you do, though? I mean,
I would have fun doing that too. That's what I thought was funny about it. It's like they're gonna burn the place down, so they don't need to break anything, but they just like to do it.
There's been certain points in my life that exact scene when they're breaking bottles while everything's burning is exactly what's happening in my brain. So I totally understand.
Yeah. Fucking yeah, you know, and it kills me when I see vampire movies, and this is one of them, where they drink about a thimble full of blood from the people, and then that's it. Like, you're wasting blood. And I get it. It's a movie. They can't show you. They can't.
They actually, like in this movie, they do show like it's another one of them quick scenes, but they're like draining blood to take with them. Was that you?
Yeah. Oh man.
Is that what it sounds like when they're starting their vampire bluegrass band? Someone's tooting on the fucking blood bottle.
Ain't no hole in the wash tub.
Tooting on the blood bottle.
Oh man, but that motherfucker Roach, he gets away and he brings you know, when they escape the bar, they take the van down to a motel, right?
Yeah.
Well, the police show up because Roach from the fucking bar brought him there, and it's like, of course he fucking did.
Well, yeah, because he fucking
he wasn't gonna.
DeLuise escaped out the window and took off after a field, and Caleb was getting ready to prove himself, and he chased his ass down, and then he let him go. He was like,
you know,
I'm gonna let you go, and he kissed him on the forehead. No, he didn't really do that, but in his head, he was kissing him on the forehead. He was
he did. He went.
Yeah, he did.
Fucking Caleb
like kissing
is such
a bullet
bitch.
before it enters the chamber.
You know what, man? If DeLuise was in this movie, he'd be fucking popping meat steaks and everybody.
Yeah,
all
meat steaks all day.
Meat steaks,
all the meat ones.
He'd be using his dick to kill these motherfuckers. I'm gonna kill me a vampire with a meat steak. Oh man. Yeah, we need this. You know, I guess they could have. Well, if they would have taken DeLuise and turned him into a vampire, they might have ruled the world, or Frank at least.
Nah, DeLuise would have been acting like Caleb.
I don't think he would have.
You don't think so?
I think DeLuise would have got a little taste of that power.
I think he would have liked the action.
Yeah.
There's a lot of glass windows to bust through.
Yeah, he's like, imagine how many times I could read some Paradise Lost if I lived forever. I could teach little girls inappropriate subjects for the rest of eternity. You know,
Hey,
and
I'm
they're
Deloise.
I'm Deloise. You know, this is a small sidebar here, but we were talking about killer clowns from outer space and how their noses. This has nothing to do with this movie, but how their noses were their weak spot, and if you hit it, it would kill them. Right?
Yeah.
I just thought that for whatever reason, this shootout here made me think that if Dave had a shotgun, he just you can't miss.
No, you
Shoot
can't mess with
motherfucking
that.
you shoot with a
All you'd have to
shotgun and you're
do, all he
popping.
would have to do for you is go in there shirtless. Movie's over.
Yeah. I let I don't I will I Kevin is maligning me because I was I'm joking about Dave. I like the ladies. I don't like Dave.
Unless
I'm
he's in
kidding.
3D.
Yeah, if he's in 4D,
4D.
sling that warm yogurt all over me.
That warm yogurt.
Oh,
That's so
man.
nasty.
You're so nasty. So after they burn down the bar, they take the van to the motel and the police show up. Well, before that, Jesse has a little interaction with the guy working the desk at the motel, right?
Yeah. It's like he's been there before. He's like, I already know. Like, he already knows the routine. And he makes a comment of, like, I've been here before. I can't remember his exact words, but that's exactly. Yeah. He's like, it's this bar in the middle of nowhere. Obviously, that's where they would harbor because it's in a podunk town, right? So
motel, not bar.
Right. Oh, podunk town. Yeah. And at the motel there, so he's been there before. It's a safe spot for him.
Well, Jesse's got blood on his teeth, on his neck and shit, and he's trying to get a motel room. But this is another thing like
I got something with that though. Like,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. It's another thing with this movie's like chock full of like all these little tiny things, and which is what I love about it. And you don't catch it until probably like the second time you watch it. But even in the bar scene, I'm going to backtrack a little bit, but even in the bar scene,
that's fine.
When the waitress is coming up to the table and she's like, "Oh, what do you guys need?" Now, this is all happening amidst like all the shit that's happening at the bar, right? And he's like, I just need the glass. And he starts fucking talking to her. Yeah, they're getting glizzies. They're getting glizzies dropped off. I think that's why we.
All right.
And he basically
hold up. You're going way back to where Jesse bought a round of glizzies.
Yeah, but
no,
I can't. But we'll go around here. So he's looking her in her eyes, like ordering more glizzies, and he's like, "Just leave the buns on the table," basically. And then he takes her.
I don't want no relish on that shit.
Leave the buns on the table. Did you just say yuck?
Yuck. I don't want no relish on that shit.
Jesse's got this like thing where he's got the classic like vampire lore where he could like hypnotize you, because when he's talking to that waitress when he's ordering all them glizzies, because I mean, come on, you're ordering 12 glizzies for 5 people. Where are they all going? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be embarrassed, so you want to make her go along with it.
Who gets the extra? What? How many are there? There's Jesse, Diamondback, Homer, May, Severin, and oh yeah, you got it. There's 2
Yeah.
glizzies apiece.
You got to make it fair.
You nailed it. 12 glizzies. You got 2 apiece, and I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess that
It's like at a
May's gonna
birthday
give.
party, you know, when you're when you're planning for a fucking cookout.
And I'm gonna guess that May's gonna give one of hers to Jesse or to Caleb because she ain't eating 2 of them.
No, and he's a fucking bitch, and he needs to eat 3. So
Yeah, because he's a fucking pussy. Caleb, you bitch.
So
What a jackass.
that comes around to this hotel part because he's like talking to the guy that is taking care of the hotel, and
you
hypnotized him with what?
You're as bad as me. I was like the hotel attendant. What do you call that fucking
What do you
guy?
call him?
The hotel clerk, the
Yeah.
hotel manager. I don't know.
I don't want to get canceled.
The hotel man. You gotta have a fucking. You gotta
Hotel
be famous
man.
to get canceled.
So he comes in with a pocket full of glizzies, ready to run a motel room.
I got a glizzy in my pocket.
Yeah.
I just like stun locked you. You're like, huh? What'd you say? I ain't Dave, man. Don't get starstruck here now.
Don't get all Dave, man. You're gonna sidetrack all of it.
Oh man.
So, all right. So he goes in. He talks to this attendant. And I've been here. Give us a room, dude. Don't ask any questions. And he gives him the room.
They switched to the station wagon at this point too, so they're like Holiday Road.
After
the shitter ain't full on this one.
Worst idea ever. Alan, I swear to fucking God, if we're ever in this situation, you're like, we're taking the one thing that has the most windows in it. I'm walking.
Don't you love it when how many times do we see these fucking hillbilly vampires with duct tape and windows up there? They're like, oh Jesus Christ, the sun's coming up, get the tape.
It's like our windows when we were teenagers.
Somebody get
But they're doing it in their 40s.
Oh man.
They're doing it in their 150s.
150s and 30s, and I don't know how old Severin is. I only know Jesse and Homer. Jesse's 150, Homer's 30.
Yeah.
Diamondback, I don't know. I guess it depends on how fast Jesse runs through his whores.
Yeah, I mean,
he might need a new whore.
He used to be an android, so he's come a long way.
Android with semen blood.
Yeah, milk. It's all milk blood. That's what keeps you pure. McDoyle's.
McCoyles. McDoyle's. You meant to go Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but you went
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. I don't even know what the fuck that movie is. You went McDoyle's.
All of them. The McDoyles are in like all of his movies.
Yeah, but they don't have
damn fucking near.
They don't have shit on the McCoyles though. The McCoyles
no, they don't.
Drink milk, shower together.
Pour milk on his bad eye to try to bring it back.
Oh, if you haven't figured out yet, watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's the best goddamn show on TV. At least the first 12 or so seasons.
Do you remember when he had the eye patch with the eye painted on it?
Yeah. Oh man.
It's fucking stupid.
Look,
It's so stupid.
no. Okay, so I'll pull us back in here. Do you know the name of the motel that they're at? The Godspeed Motel.
Is it the Godspeed Motel?
And little Homer is outside smoking during a Coca-Cola commercial.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
it bugs the shit out of me when they do this, because look, if you're watching
And then
a movie,
Sarah's hitting up a fucking pop machine too.
yeah, it's just what a small fucking world. What are the odds?
Right.
But
the odds are slim.
It bugs the shit out of me when you see brand names in movies, because we know that they don't do that on accident. We know they're paying to have that name in this movie.
Yeah,
right?
they are.
Because otherwise it would be some bullshit generic name. And when Homer's outside smoking and the Coca-Cola machine shows up, I'm just like, man, I need to edit that to make it sound like it's just a Coca-Cola commercial.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. And here's the thing. This might be a little taboo to talk about, but
I think we missed something though, the whole shootout.
Well, no, we went through the shootout. Because
and Caleb like runs out and like when they're doing the whole shootout, and like Caleb runs out and gets the van, and that's where he gets his street cred with the crew.
Check out time.
Right, we missed the blanket shit where Caleb puts the blanket on and he gets the cred for that. So yeah, we did skip past that. That's why the group kind of decides he's all right for a few minutes.
Yeah, it's definitely a few minutes. Like they're all like being cheeky.
It doesn't last long.
No, it doesn't.
But yeah, that's why they haven't murdered Caleb yet up to this point anyway. But I was saying,
he bought himself some time basically.
Yeah. My issue with Homer, okay. Homer is 30 years old. And he is obsessed with Sarah, right? And I don't understand because basically that makes Homer a pedophile. Because yes, he is in a young body, but he's got an old mind.
Yeah.
And I'm not attracted to women based on my physical appearance, right? I mean, that's not how that works. Like if you're sitting around the house and you're the type of guy that starts tugging one and you're thinking about your high school girlfriends, those are 16-year-old girls. Stop it.
Well, I mean, okay, so look, let's say Homer was turned at 13.
Every time you say Homer, I see Homer.
I know, dude. Like,
I can't help it.
But the name fits him in this movie just because.
He's like, oh.
So he's 13 when he gets turned. Let's just say, right? So let's say when he got turned, I mean, this is going like crazy, like vampire world shit. But let's say when he gets turned,
his mind doesn't mature.
His mind is still in the maturity of a 13-year-old, but living in a 30-year-old mind, if that makes any sense. So he's actively like going through his vampire unlife, like in the mindset of a 13-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
I like that word you just made up. Unlife.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm gonna get that fucking tattooed across my stomach like Phil
You should.
Anselmo had.
On life.
You know,
Yeah.
you know how Phil Anselmo
Yeah.
has unscarred across his
Yeah.
belly. I'll
Yeah.
get unlife.
The
Unlife.
irony. Yeah.
Kevin just coined a term.
You better get it.
A
We'll put
word.
it on the fucking Insta.
Kevin
The whole
just made up a
process.
word.
I dare you.
Unlife.
I dare you to let me fucking like blast out on your stomach.
Fuck
You're gonna be
no.
going. You're gonna be going. Oh.
I'll be like, Kevin, that hurts so good.
Oh.
If you're gonna, if you're gonna tattoo my wrist, put my nipple clamps on, please. Oh, jeez.
Oh fuck.
But Homer,
Yeah.
he gets Sarah back to his fucking place. How's that happen?
He may as well have fawns that fucking pop machine.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, he fawns. He said he fawnsied it. And is this the smallest world ever? Is there like 10 people in this universe?
Most likely. What is this where is this taking place in, like, Idaho?
You know, Idaho.
That's right.
You're right. You is
That's
the hoe.
right. I'm the pimp, you the hoe.
And after their brief moment of frolicking and, you know, kissing and such,
I don't even think they kissed, man.
Do they not? Caleb
Homer did
May?
not kiss. He brought her
into
the hotel room.
I didn't mean Homer. I mean Caleb. Caleb and May.
Oh, we're back on. Okay, we're back on those motherfuckers.
Well, because
what a toxic relationship.
Right. After Homer lures Sarah back to his crib, first Severin and Loy, you know, Severin goes to get Loy because they find out that do they find out that Sarah is Caleb's sister yet, or is
not yet? And I got something to say about this shit. Loy is like a man's man. How the fuck did you not teach your daughter not to walk off with some fucking kid in a trench coat, and even more so, walk into a fucking hotel room filled with smoke with a bunch of motherfuckers playing cards and shit? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, he wasn't wearing a trench coat. He was just wearing a suit, but it's fitting him like that fucking Talking Heads video. You know, he's got the giant fucking suit on.
You're right. Oh my fucking god.
That is a reference that nobody's gonna get.
Oh my fucking... He had like a midget crawling out the back, like trying to fucking take over him the whole time. That's a red flag for me.
Oh yeah, definitely. You mean the midget part? I don't like those little people. What the hell, Kevin? That's fucked up.
If you had anything growing out, like climbing out of the back end of your jacket when you came over, I would probably shut my door for a little bit and let it run off.
I'd be like, I call this this extra testicle back here on my back, Susan. Don't be afraid of him.
I call this testicle Dwayne.
That is a good name for a testicle. Oh man. Yeah. And
oh my god.
You know, one of the coolest scenes in this movie is because Jesse, okay, so Caleb comes in the room and finds out they got Loy and Sarah, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Don't you fuck with my family, you assholes." I don't know why Jesse is all of a sudden
DeLuise
from New York.
He's all DeLuise again.
I'll fucking kill you with a meat steak. But Jesse has one of the better scenes, and it's goofy. But when Lois shoots him in the chest and he coughs the bullet up and then puts it in Lois' pocket, that's about the time I go, yep, I don't stand a chance here.
Yeah, I want to walk
leaving.
away from this situation.
Yep, I go, this is over with.
Yeah.
I don't stand a chance.
Let's get in the car and drive away quickly, kids.
Hey, Jesse, there's something I'm meaning to ask you.
Yeah, what might that be?
How old are you?
Let's put it this way. I fought for the South.
Sal.
We lost.
And yet again, they don't fucking know what time of day it is because all this transpired and 15 minutes later the sun is up.
Yep.
What the fuck are they doing? They do everything. Everything that matters, they do it at like 15 minutes before dawn.
Yeah.
Every fucking day. These are like the
He
biggest
needs to check his fucking
procrastinators.
sundial. Clearly,
Right,
clearly it got skewed within all these battles and all these
You know how
transfers to different cars
You know how I tell what time it is, Kevin?
with a watch or
Well,
your cell
no,
phone.
Look, I'm not a vampire, but I'm saying if without technology, how I would know what time it was, I'd wait until the morning when I got a nice fucking rock hard piss boner, and I'd go
That's
lay
usually
out
when the sun is coming up.
I'd go lay out in the backyard and turn myself into a sundial.
Isn't that how you start every single one of your days?
Yeah, I gotta put that SPF 80 on. on my
and then you make
wang.
yourself a smoothie and your day started.
Yep. Like, how else am I supposed to tell what time it is? I don't fucking know. I mean, Jesse is the leader of this group. They're like, Alan's the one that can lay out in the sun and fucking tell what time it is from his cock shadow. Right?
Right.
I mean, I'm just trying to think for the group. I'm not selfish.
Yeah. You're
Like,
doing it. You're doing it for the crowd, man.
I'd go, hey May,
Yeah.
May, at 6 a.m, take a look out in the yard, baby.
Yeah. I'd be like, hey May, why don't you take this money we stole and go buy a fucking watch for the rest of us? Because clearly you're the most normal looking one of the bunch. So
right,
obviously
like,
Caleb can't do it because he's a fucking bitch. But why don't you like walk up in there and buy us all some nice watches? I don't know.
Basically,
let's get crazy.
Who was the blonde monster?
Marilyn. The normal looking one?
Yeah.
The normal
Marilyn?
one? The one that was the grossest one of the bunch? That was Marilyn.
Right. Okay, so May is kind of like Marilyn Munster.
Right. The nastiest one of the bunch.
She can like slide in and out of regular
Would you sell a watch to May or would you sell a watch to fucking Diamondback?
Oh. Look, okay, since Kevin asked me this question. All right, I think May is prettier.
Right.
But Diamondback's got those boobies. so
what if Jesse walked up in there and he don't even know what a watch is, but you know, he's like, what's this infernal hell machine that you're trying to put on my wrist? You know, like, how would you sell it? Especially if it was digital, because you know, digital was out at that time. So that had to blow Jesse's fucking mind. And he's like, I don't want any of this incantation.
Jesse, I'd slap a swatch around his wrist. He'd be like, what in tarnation is this Yankee book learning witchcraft?
Hey, if you died and came back as a quote unquote hillbilly, would it be reincarnation?
Yes, 100% reincarnation. What are you? I'll burn this old motherfucker to the ground. I like to eat catfish. I know karate.
You're allowed to do this.
And that there is a well balanced knife.
Oh, you're allowed to do that because that's your roots.
my roots.
My roots. Yins.
It's like Sepultura. Them's my roots, bloody roots.
Bloody roots.
I would love to see a country band cover that. Roots by Sepultura. Roots, bloody roots.
Yins.
Them's their roots, bloody roots.
It's good shit.
Yeah, so Caleb, so Sarah opens the fucking door and lets the sun in, right? And everyone's like, "Eee, it's the sun."
It's like when the sun came up at Insomnia's when we were there all night. We're like, time to go home.
Oh my god, my translucent flesh.
I'm like, Alan, take me back to Grove City.
The sun, it burns my eyes. But old Caleb's like, "Hey, Paul, can't you do one of them blood transfusions?"
Those people back there, they wasn't normal. Normal folks, they don't spit out bullets when you shoot them. No, sir.
I'm bit. I got a bite.
We're gonna get you to the hospital right away.
No! Goddamn, you want me killed? I ain't going to goddamn hospital. Hospitals fix this.
Which Kevin brought this up earlier, but I didn't realize that he was doing blood transfusions. So I was like, "What the fuck? How did Loy?"
He
learn
was
how
experimenting. That's like the craziest thing, like.
So a drop of spittle from May turns him into a vampire, but this half-ass fucking blood transfusion wipes every trace of it out of his system.
And clearly, okay, so fucking Caleb gets a blood transfusion from his dad. Now, how does he know that that's legit? Like, is he? I mean, I guess he would be squared up on like his son's blood type and everything if he's specializing in blood transfusions for horses. He's like, I want to do it for all my kids too. So I'm gonna make sure that we all have the same blood type.
Yeah. But it's not like he could completely replace his blood. Loy would fucking die.
At least pass out.
Yeah. Fucking turn pale or something.
We fucking like what if like right when he hooked up to Caleb, like, and they're getting ready to do it, he just fucking hit the ground like a ton of bricks.
Oh, what if fucking once he started pumping blood into Caleb, he got that angel lust. He fucking Loy would be like, "Hey man, I ain't like that." he'd pull it out of his chest. I don't like it ain't fucking Heather's where he's like, I love my dead gay son. Loy don't go with that. If you get angel lust when he's trying to transfuse some blood with you,
he ain't having that.
You getting unplugged.
Not Loy. You're getting straight unplugged with Loy.
You're getting straight unplugged. You ain't getting no fucking boner with Loy's fucking blood transfusing into you.
Absolutely not. Not with Loy. He's serious.
I was gonna save his life. I didn't know he's a homo. Homosexual. Yeah, Lloyd yanked that fucking thing out of him like he just like he was catching a fish.
What an asshole.
I was trying to save your life, but your fucking dick got hard. I don't swing that way, Caleb. Sorry about that, buddy.
I'll make another.
I'll make a nutter. But okay, so somehow this fucking works, right?
Yeah, it does.
Somehow, whatever. Suspension of disbelief. I don't know. It works. Caleb's human again.
Yeah,
Fucking
he's
pussy.
able to enjoy
What
the
a fucking cunt. What a cunt ass fucking pussy bitch.
rapist gets to see another day.
What a jackass fucking
Yeah.
oh man.
Oh, the judicial
you know,
system.
Oh, worst character ever in a vampire movie. What a fucking pussy. Oh, I'm can you hear the beeps now? Beep 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 cuz
Do your
'cause I
laser
can't-
beam sounds again.
Pew 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 pew. So, okay, so he turns Caleb back human, right?
Yeah.
So
And everything's fine.
they fucking know where you live.
They didn't even have
were
snacks for Loy to eat while he was transfusing his blood, and he didn't pass
Right.
out. That's a man's man.
He fucking, you know what? Loy was like,
The motherfucker's pure protein.
Well, Sarah got him
Well,
a
that horse
Snickers
meat.
bar.
Yeah.
The problem is,
that's what it was.
Sarah got him a Snickers, and he was like, "Dang, go fucking way! I'm eating that goddamn thing with that fucking cock vein on it."
I ain't no Snicker liquor.
My name's Loy, and I ain't no Snicker liquor. What the fuck? Get this shit out of my face, you fucking bitch. He calls his 10-year-old daughter a bitch.
He says, "Fuck you."
Fuck you with his fucking big
You
ass
stupid bitch.
cock, you fucking bitch. This goddamn Snickers bar got a fucking fat cock vein in it, you stupid whore.
I know Snicker liquor.
You stupid ass fucking grade school whore.
Holy shit.
Oh man. Fucking Loy goes hard on Sarah.
Yeah, he does. He gets mad, dude. School Hard Knocks. That's where Loy comes from. So he don't fucking care. Like, I'm gonna learn him how I learned it.
Yep. Loy is 100% no homo. He's like, nope, bitch. Get that fucking Snickers bar out of my face. It's got a dick vein in it.
And I ain't no Snicker liquor.
I ain't putting that fucking thing in my mouth, you bitch. Oh, man. Sorry, Sarah. You're getting roasted here by Loy, and it's just our fan fiction that we're making up as we go along.
We can come up with a pretty fun comic that would probably get canceled really quick.
Oh, it would not even it would not even make it to being printed.
Yeah.
So May, this scene, I'm like, oh man, May is coming back to see him, right?
Yeah.
But May, so Caleb hears a swing and goes outside to find May. And she is understandably upset that he's human again. She's like, "You're warm. What the fuck, man?"
Yeah, like,
right?
I did all this shit for you, you son of a bitch, and you went back. Oh, it's okay now? Oh.
I nicked you on the neck, destroyed my relationship with my little fucking vagabond.
With my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, she destroyed everything for him after he tried to rape her. For real. Like, that's what it all comes down to. And he's like, and all he has to basically say is, yep.
Well, she gets him back.
Kind
She
of.
gets him back. Well, I mean, she does get him back because she she's basically a distraction. So little Homer can steal Sarah away again.
Yeah. Again. Yeah.
He goes upstairs to find that Sarah's gone because May was obviously a distraction, right?
Oh, yeah. She's trying to pull him back in. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't understand why at this point they did a distraction at all. Why didn't they just kill Caleb and Loy?
Yeah, why they just come in there? Probably it's because
Right.
it's just they want to fuck them up. They want to fuck with them as much as they possibly can. You know?
I mean, maybe it's because they want to get Sarah on their side and killing her family isn't the way to do that.
Yeah.
But they still could have killed them after the fact and not let her know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. They could have, and then they could have just rode off into the sunset or not.
Yep.
Go hide in a cave.
But our boy, Caleb follows on horseback, right?
Mhm.
And Severin just being in the area scares the horse and it bucks Caleb off. So now we're into the Severin and Caleb street fight.
Yeah. And this scene's fucking awesome.
Yeah, this is one of the better scenes in the whole movie. I mean, obviously Caleb doesn't stand a fucking chance.
Yeah.
But I do love Severin says like, I'm gonna rip your tonsils out through your asshole.
Yeah.
Hey, Caleb! I hate to be an Indian giver, I really do. But you disappointed me. Now you're gonna have to pay. First, you're gonna give me back my spur. Then I'm gonna knock your tonsils at your asshole. What do you think of them apples, huh?
My thought, I was like, ooh, that means your hand has to go up his asshole.
But how brutal. And then he slams fucking Severin with the semi, right? And then Severin's like, man, fuck you. He goes in and just starts beating the fuck out of the front end of the semi truck, dude. And
Yeah,
just
it's like
ripping out the engine parts as it's running. How awesome.
Yeah.
Like, he don't give a fuck, dude. And like, obviously it's this impending death. Like, you know.
The special effects are pretty cool too when he comes
Yeah.
back up.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the shots they use for promotion for this movie.
Yeah.
But where
that
Severin
and Homer
is
on fire.
Yeah. Homer.
Who gives a fuck about Homer on fire?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fucking awesome, dude.
But this is where this is the payoff from earlier in the movie when the truck driver is telling Caleb how not to jackknife a truck, right? Because guess what Caleb does right here to kill Severin? He jackknifes the truck.
Yes, he does.
And somehow it explodes and kills Severin. I don't know. Whatever. Plenty of fucking trucks jackknife on the freeway and don't explode, but I guess there's that 1 in a million, and Caleb just happened to be lucky this day. Right?
Yeah.
He's
and
like,
Caleb,
well, there's a chance.
And then Jesse comes out and is like, now you're fucking with me, motherfucker. And like, it's like, ah!
It's time to pay the fiddler.
Where's my sister, Jess?
I taught Silver everything he knew, but not everything I know. The last sound that you hear on your way to hell is gonna be your guts snapping like a bullwhip.
So you got nothing to do with my sister? You leave her out of this and let her go!
Jesse, let him come back.
Yeah, May is like, I just don't know what side I'm on anymore.
I got the vapors.
I got the vapors, Mr. Beauregard. I love when Diamondback throws the knife into Jesse's mouth. They should just cut that scene out of the movie because it's kind of corny.
They could have done that on their, as being a part of their sideshow. Because I mean, come the fuck on, like I would pay to fucking see that. And it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And this is the finale of the movie, and it feels kind of rushed, really, because these vampires who have been alive a lot longer, even Homer is 30, and I'm guessing that's older than Caleb. Caleb looks like he's maybe in his early 20s.
He's like 19, 20, 21, something like that. Who knows?
Yeah. And they make such shitty decisions.
Of course.
Like
I didn't make any good decisions in my 20s.
yeah.
Except a couple.
I agree. Yeah. And Caleb or May pushes Jesse because Jesse's about to shoot Caleb, right? And May finally takes a side and pushes Jesse right before he fires a shot. So he misses Caleb, which I really don't like that vampires are using guns because, I think, is it Homer used a gun?
Maybe it's like
Homer.
a whole system of like too much vulgar display of power. They got too much pride to like use your vampire shit unless you're being lassoed and you're trying to like fish them in. You know what I'm saying?
Like, oh my God, what can I do to get out of this? Whatever could I do?
Yeah. So yeah, it's a weird thing here because clearly at this point, if I was a vampire, I'd be like, I'm using everything I got to get this fucking piece of shit because he's fucked our world up and we're living good until he came around, kind of shit, you know?
Yeah, I suppose, but they could have just let him go. I think he would have died. I don't know. They can't. But Caleb and Sarah get separated again, and they grab Sarah and run off, and so this is the third time, I think this is the third or fourth time in the movie that they're frantically like trying to duct tape the windows because the sun's coming up. Because they don't own watches.
This is their last chance.
Because they don't own watches. They're like, oh my God, again, every fucking morning.
Fuck you, global warming.
Yep. Goddamn daylight savings time. Fuck this shit.
Everybody's using hairspray. Aerosols are killing our environment.
And when I watched this, I was like, how the fuck did she jump out that back window, right? Because you can't just jump through a car window. They're pretty hard.
Yeah.
But
especially back then.
Because May decides to save Sarah, right? Yeah. And she does it by grabbing her and jumping through the car window.
Which shows her supersonic strength.
Yeah, I was going to say she is a vampire, so I'll give her that. But if you watch the scene, it's funny because the dummy that represents Sarah, May lands on it when she jumps out the car.
I know.
I was like, well, that little girl is fucked. She just got smushed.
Yeah, she's going to need a new collarbone, basically.
And little Homer, who, what the fuck? He is 30. It's not like he's 1,000 years old. 30-year-olds make stupid decisions too. 30-year-olds make dumb choices.
Usually when people get arrested for stalking and obsession, it's usually in their 30s. So it lines up.
Yeah, but he jumps out of the car to go after Sarah, and then he fucking explodes.
Well, not at first. He catches on fire because he's like, I want to come get you. And he's burning and burning. And it's another promo shot that we see. Anytime anybody ever looks up near dark, that's one of the shots you see.
And it's funny because the effects on this scene do not hold up. It does not look good.
It kind of does. I mean,
the fire.
Yeah. You got some motherfucker running down the street.
Oh, wait a second. Let me say, Kevin watched this on VHS.
Yeah, I did. I did.
So he doesn't know.
Yeah. I don't watch
I'm speaking.
I did watch it on VHS here recently. My bad. And
So-
it's an old Blockbuster video one too, so it's even better.
Yeah. So Kevin doesn't know yet, guys. So this is a secret. Don't tell Kevin. It
Yeah,
doesn't
don't tell
hold
me
up.
that. Yeah, don't tell me
It,
because
probably
it'll ruin my glow about this movie. I will never watch this movie in high def. Let's put it that
yeah,
way.
don't do it. Just keep watching it on VHS because it probably looks pretty good.
I
that
even
way.
check this shit out. Like, I put this motherfucker in my rewinder, and like, it's got it gets better. So, like, on the sides of the tape, like, it's got the stickers that says, you know, rewind and blah blah blah, and don't fiddle with this tape, or you're going to be charged a fine or whatever. But it was so thick on the side, like I have to like fit this thing into my rewinder perfectly, and it like it's so snug because of the fucking stickers on the son of a bitch. And then I rewound it, and it was okay after that, you know. But yeah, don't tell me about this in high def.
Yeah, and we're not even joking.
Yeah,
Kevin
it's not a fucking joke, dude. I for real watched this on VHS. I watched it last week, and I watched it today on my slab.
You're eating a handful of glizzies.
A handful. I had a fucking handful of glizzies watching a slab. Fight me, brah.
Oh shit. So okay, so this is what I don't like about this movie, because like I said, I do still like this movie, but Jesse and Diamondback, you know, Jesse is 150 years old, and their death scene is just them burning in the car.
Yeah,
I don't get
literally
it.
a fucking station wagon hitting a fucking like passing a. It's like you fell asleep at the wheel and you went off road and then you died. Like they went all Thelma and Louise like holding hands,
Right.
and he's just like, okay, we go to sleep now, and then they just go to sleep and then they die.
Yeah, it was like 150 years, and this is how you go out.
You're not gonna try to make it. Like I would have just driven past all those motherfuckers. Like Diamondback, it's just me and you now. Like let's just fucking go. Like let's just fucking go. Get that fucking spray paint out. Let me fucking huff that shit real quick, and then you spray paint these fucking windows.
Well, we're gonna. I'd be like Diamondback. We're gonna fucking go off on our own. I'm gonna motorboat those titties. We're gonna.
That's probably, you know what? That's probably why the car fucking flipped over the side, because he was like, "This is it." So he just like let go of the wheel and put his face down, in her boobies, and
he was like, "If I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out motorboating."
I can't say I wouldn't do the same with my wife.
Yeah.
Silence.
Well, no, you said the safe word. You were like, can't say I wouldn't do the same thing with my wife. Like Kevin would totally motorboat Diamondback. Just saying.
Yeah, I would.
And I think
I'd motorboat my wife too. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think his wife would participate.
Yeah, she would. Absolutely.
But anyway, you know, fucking May.
We're going out. Let's have some fun.
This dumbass bullshit. That hillbilly transfusion that they gave to Caleb earlier in the movie. Well, they fuck May up with that too. I don't think she gave consent for this.
Well, okay, here's my thing. I can understand the father doing the transfusion to his son because likely, you know, like they have the same blood type and maybe he thinks that they do. But this is some fucking like road muffin that you're throwing on the table.
Road muffin? What the fuck? I've never heard of that.
You're throwing her on this fucking table
Oh yeah.
Clearly, like, you saw your boy prior to this, and he's fucking dope sick and has some kind of herpes, right? So you're gonna throw her on, and now your son's gonna give the transfusion. I'd be like, I guess just let her die. I don't know. Like, would you do the transfusion or just give it a shot?
I wouldn't do shit. I'd be like, you know what? She's fine as hell. She's
Oh, you
into
want to
me.
sell
She's
her?
not- No, hear me out. May is beautiful. She's completely into him, right? So if I'm Caleb, I'm like, wait a minute. I got a girlfriend that's one hot, completely into me, and she can't go out in the daytime at all. So I could fucking have all the me time I need throughout the day while she's sleeping. She ain't gonna catch him doing shit. I'm not saying he should cheat on her. No, not at all. I'm just saying if he's got hobbies that he likes to do, well, look, he's got all day long he can do them, and he doesn't have anyone fucking. He knows she's not gonna just pop in on him while he's trying to fucking focus, right?
Dude, he tried to fucking rape her from the fucking start. Like, for real. Like,
No, he didn't try to rape her.
Oh, if she hadn't have bit him, she would have been another body in that fucking in the middle of nowhere where he stopped. That's why he stopped there.
I get it. You're probably not wrong.
So now he gets to keep his victim. And who the fuck does she got? Nobody except for his family, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He gets to keep her. If he's truly a psychopath and he was gonna make love to her unconsensually. I don't know if I should say the
But that's
R
the
word.
attraction. If she's all about it, then he's not going to want anything to do with her.
Yeah, I suppose you might be right.
Anyway,
I don't know.
Anyway, she gets brought back. She gets brought back, and she becomes a human again because Caleb's dad was testing out blood transfusions on a genetic disease on horses, and it works on humans now.
I might understand that if he had like a dialysis machine or something, but I don't.
He did. You write it down.
Whatever.
There's a fucking clipboard right there next to all the weird equipment, and that's what you write that shit down on.
You mean at my house, all my weird equipment? There's a clipboard next to the flashlight.
Yep.
And the Kentucky jelly.
Yeah. The Kentucky jelly.
And the plate full of glizzies.
Yeah.
Or what they're more commonly called bicycle seats. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But anyway, we're gonna end this here because
everybody's happy in the end, and he probably doesn't marry May, but maybe he does, and they're a happy family at the end. So we have a happy ending.
It's not a happy ending because Jesse and Diamondback are dead, and Severin's dead.
What happens if, this whole time when he's doing all these transfusions, it ends up all of his horses had AIDS, and then you know what I'm saying? So all of this work, so now Caleb and May have AIDS, and that's another realm of vampirism for them, because they're going to die together.
Caleb's like, that's why she's so skinny still. That's how I keep her skinny.
That's how I keep her skinny.
I just keep putting AIDS in her.
With the AIDS.
She just keep injecting that hot. I give her that hot beef injection of AIDS.
It's that
Yeah.
Corey Feldman angel diet.
It's the AIDS parties that our parents used to
Yeah.
have. They were like, "Okay, everybody, build up your immunity to AIDS.
We're gonna start bug catching.
We're gonna butt fuck each other until we're immune."
Oh my god.
Oh man. Well, anyway, that's Near Dark. And if you haven't seen it, watch this movie because I was shitting on it a little, but I still like it.
It's fun as fuck. I mean, honestly, like at least
It's
go through it
charming.
once, and then like, you know, if you dig it, then that's fucking great because it is awesome. Except for the blood transfusions, that's kind of stupid, but the rest of the movie is phenomenal.
That's kind of stupid. Yeah, you know, this is one of my favorite vampire movies until because the way I judge vampire movies is what type of vampires are in the movie, and it
Yeah.
happened to be that Near Dark was one of the earlier movies with vampires where they weren't like classy, wearing
Yeah.
tuxedos, being
Yeah,
suave.
there's nothing classy about it, and that's what I think is awesome about this movie. It's like your everyday, like they're literally like just on the road looking to feed,
Right.
and I love that. You know, they've been traveling all these years and shit. Until you run into this fucking cowboy that
And I don't.
his dad can transfuse your fucking blood, but other than that, like it's fucking awesome. Like the whole movie's great. Like at least give it
And
like one watch through.
And one of my favorite vampire movies, maybe my favorite, is 30 Days of Night. And because I love
that comic's
because
fucking
I love
so badass, and the movie like did
well,
it so
it's
much
because
justice.
it's because the vampires are kind of what I hoped that the vampires in Near Dark, which early versions, you know, Near Dark was one of the first movies that was like that, though, where the
Yeah.
vampires weren't sexy.
Yeah.
So you got to give it
Well, Lost
credit
Boys
for
too.
that.
I mean, there was romanticism in that movie, but there was still a bunch of rough characters. You know what I'm saying?
Lost Boys was on the edge of that because they were still like
And Fright Night, like he was a
Pretty
brutal
guy-
ass vampire,
pretty
but he
boy.
was also a romantic as well. So
Yeah.
we didn't really have that in this. This was, I would definitely
Yeah.
say this is definitely one of the first like raw dog, like we're out
Near
to just
Dark.
we don't give a fuck about you. You're a human and you're fucking food. So that's all we give a fuck about. And it's grimy as fuck. The whole movie makes you feel like you're hot because the temperature's up in this whole movie, which I really enjoy. They kept that up, but it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, if you to put it in perspective, you know, Kevin and I when we first saw this movie, it was there wasn't anything else like this really.
There wasn't.
So, you know, and there really still isn't a lot. You know, most vampire movies are still romantic, you know.
Ish, yeah.
But 30 Days of Night, you know, I would put Children of the Night in there too because
oh yeah, no, there was no romanticism within any of those
Yeah.
vampires either.
yeah.
They just hawked up their fucking lungs, and then you know they're all brutal. There was no, we're gonna romance you. The closest we got to like anything romance in this movie was Jesse like sweet talking the waitress and then like emptying her neck into a fucking glass. You know what I'm saying? Like
And-
so.
And the Thelma and Louise ending.
Yeah, the
kinda
Thelma and
with
Louise ending. Yeah, absolutely.
Jesse and Diamondback.
Yeah.
But we'll stop rambling about this. That was Near Dark. So if you guys want to hear us bullshit and get drunk talking about movies, email us deadnotespodcast@gmail.com. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Thank you.